Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Tony. I've been saving up for a couple pay periods now so I can make a wonderful special dish, and today we're going to make a seafood bisque. However, I've been searching the internet for the last week, and from my original basic recipe I researched, I've decided I wanted to expand upon that and Northern Carolina woman's recipe. And if you know anything about North Carolina women, they can cook a mean dish. So this recipe is from the Blonde Cook out of Morehead City, North Carolina, and I need to get a couple more things, so let's go ahead and go shopping and get this thing going. Okay, for my main ingredients I need a couple things. I'm going to pick up 10 ounces of lobster tail and 1 pound of bay scallops. Let's keep shopping. Okay, for my recipe, I need some Old Bay seasoning, and I'm going to use some 32-ounce seafood stock. I'm also going to get some rich and creamy half and half for this. The recipe calls for 3 cups. I'm going to modify it a little bit to 32 ounces just in case. Okay, now I need a baguette, not a baguette or anything like that, but a baguette. And I have my choices. This one for $1, and I can make nice long slices for the pre-sliced, which seems pretty fresh anyway. And we're going to use this to make like a crouton for the bisque. I think I'm going to go with $1 because I like to do fancy. Next, I want 3/4 of a cup of flour. I'm just using unbleached all-purpose flour. For my dry ingredients, I need 2 teaspoons of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, quarter teaspoon of black pepper, two teaspoons of Old Bay, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and that's all my dry ingredients right there. I need 1½ cups of finely chopped celery, a couple green onions. I want them all diced up real fine, and 1 for garnish on the top. I want to use whole onion. I need a tablespoon of minced garlic. Next we want a pound of shrimp, peeled and deveined, and then we want to cut them up into small little bits, like so. Medium size works best. Here in Arizona, I'm limited on my shrimp availability, so I had to deal with frozen medium sized shrimp, already cleaned and deveined, kind of like so. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with my lobster here. Now that I've taken it off the shell and I'm going to cut that up into small pieces too. And we'll just add that with the scallops. If you've ever had lobster, you'll know how delicious it is. Voila, my lobster with my shrimp. A pound of scallops ready to go, bay scallops. And a pound of crab meat. Again, here in Arizona, I can't really find fresh crab that won't cost me an arm and a leg. But I'm using premium crab meat from Chicken in the Sea in a can. It's a 1 pound can, and this is claw meat here. So what you need to do is go through here and break up the claw meat, and make sure you have no shells, because there can be a little bit of claw shell there. So, because you don't want to share that with your guests. So let me get that done and we'll be right back. This is already cooked, so I want to keep it away from the rest of the raw seafood. Okay, you guys, since I modified it and added some lobster and scallops and crab and shrimp, I need to modify the recipe. So everything that I've done as far as the ingredients you've seen so far, I've increased them. Look down below for the exact amounts. The flour, I added another half a cup, and I added probably about half more of the other seasonings, and I've got another 32 ounces of seafood stock I'm going to use, and some heavy cream if I need it, and I'm going to use 4 cups of the half and half, and we're going to go from there. So right now we're going to head to the stove. Okay, on my stove I'm adding the heat. I got about 5 tablespoons of butter I'm going to use here, since I'm increasing my quantity, and melt that. Okay, to start, I'm going to add my celery. And this needs simmering for about 4 minutes. Okay, I'm coming up on my 4 minutes here. Everything's looking good. Time to add my seafood. Start with my lobster and my shrimp. Add my scallops to the mix too. And we'll incorporate all this in. Be back shortly. Okay, it's been about 4 minutes. You can see how everything's starting to turn red and orange and stuff. This is my lobster here, and you can see that it's white and it's getting done. Same thing with my shrimp, starting to turn orange. So because it's about 2/3 of the way done, I'm going to go ahead and add my onions and my garlic to this. Work that in. Let that simmer for a couple minutes, and then everything should be well ready. Okay, as you can see, everything is simmered in nicely. It's nice and juicy, and we want to keep all that juice and flavor. So I'm going to turn the fire off now and try using my right hand. My right hand is kind of hard, but we're going to pour all this in a colander here. Right into the pot so we can save all them juices. There we go. I wasn't sure how well I'd do this with left hand, but it worked out well. Now that we have all them juices separated from the seafood and veggies, take that out. Put that right back in this pan, catch any leftover juices. I want to add 4 more tablespoons of butter since I'm adjusting the quantity. And we'll be back as soon as that melts. Okay, you see we got a nice little boil going on there, so I'm going to slowly add the flour to plus 2 tablespoons. I did say 1 1/4 cup. Continually stirring while you're adding your flour. Talk about a ball of roux here. I'm going to slowly add my stock. Slowly stir that in. A little more stock. Work that in. And I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I've been doing a lot of whipping with my hands, and my hands are getting tired, and I don't want lumps in my bisque, so I actually went to this, and it works really well. I've added my second box of seafood stock, well, 3/4 of it. I'm heating this back up so it'll thicken some more. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. I like the mixer. As you can see how nice and creamy that looks. Right there, it's almost back to a simmer again, but I just wanted to show you how creamy that looks. I don't know if you can see, but as this moment it's getting ready to start to boil, it's starting to simmer again. So I'm going to add my half and half. I'm adding the whole thing. Do it slowly while you incorporate it. Okay, I'll be back when this is simmering again. Okay, this is starting to simmer again. Look at how creamy and thick that's getting. I'm going to lower my heat a little more so we don't scorch the bottom. I want to add my wine and sherry and work it on in. Wine and sherry. Slowly add my dry ingredients to this. That working good. Oh, that smells good. I'm going to add my cooked crab first. That's going to cool the bisque down, so I want to add that for a minute or 2 ahead of time so it brings the heat back up. Then I'll be done with the mixer because the other stuff's too big to mix. We'll be back. Now that this is warm again, I'm back up to simmer. I'm going to slowly add the rest of my seafood and veggies in there. I was worried about it overflowing. I just take it right to the top. Of this juice, that's like gold. And from here on in, I'll just use my spatula and work this in and prevent it from scorching the bottom. And about 5 minutes, this will be ready. Okay, for my baguette, I got them all sliced up, and I've taken half a cube of butter and I melted it. I'm going to add just about a teaspoon of wine. I'm going to heat this up for about another 20 seconds. Okay, 20 seconds was about the limit on that. It was getting ready to boil over. Anyways, I'm going to stir this up now, and I'm just going to baste these with the wine, garlic wine butter. flip it over. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, as you can see, I got these all nice and basted on both sides here. I'm going to put it in my toaster oven on toast, and I'm going to toast this. When it starts to toast on the top side, I'm going to flip it over so they toast evenly, and then we're ready to eat. Okay, it's ready. Let's see what we got here. Oh my. Look at that. You see how nice and beautiful that looks? That's perfect for a bisque. Okay, for me, I like to take a few baguettes and set them in the bottom here, so it gets all nice and juicy and soaked up. That looks like a good portion for me to start. Look at how beautiful that looks. All that lobster. To make it look pretty, sprinkle a little parsley on top. With a little sprinkle of paprika. Voila, a seafood bisque. Okay, this is the moment of truth, what I've been waiting for weeks and weeks. My taste test sample. Oh, it smells delicious with the seafood mix and blend. It's this wonderful smelling bisque. And I've got homemade baguette to go with it. With the perfect amount of butter, garlic, wine blend, and crunch to it. That soup tastes hot. I'm going to start with a piece of lobster. Oh my goodness. If anyone's had lobster, you know how delicious lobster is. That just tastes amazing. You can taste the white wine with the cream and the seafood stock, and just a tinge taste of the sherry that's in it, along with all the other spices and blends. It just makes this delicious. It's nice and creamy, as you can see, and this is excellent. Margaret, what do you think about it?
It is excellent. Wow.
This is a real good dish. You would like it. Again, you want to check down on the very bottom if you're using a mobile application, a mobile device to look at this video, to check the recipe and all the ingredients, because I did have to make some modifications from the original because I enhanced it and added more stuff to it. But this is a wonderfully delicious filling dish. I've made enough to feed at least 12 people, I bet. But that's all right. I believe it'll freeze good, and I'll have bisque at least 5 or 6 more times throughout the month. Anyways, if you like this episode, please hit that like button. If you want to follow me, hit that subscribe button. And I thank you again for watching another episode of Cooking with Tony. I hope to see you again real soon. Feel free to comment and give me your opinions and your thoughts. And like I said, I will leave the link to the Blonde Cook's recipe, original recipe. It's a lot more simplistic than what I have, and you may just want to go that route. But I believe she's very good at what she does. Anyways, thank you again for this, and you have a good night, and God bless.